Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I posted anything, so I thought what I'll do today, I'll give you a quick update with what's happening in the background or what's happening in life and what projects I'm working on. Right, so perhaps you can see behind me it's an E36. Yeah, E36. So all the other projects that I had going on, those were cancelled, and this is the one in in play. So I'll tell you a little bit about this car. Get my pointer out. It's a 1998 BMW E36 316i. It doesn't look like a conventional 316, and it was originally automatic, but I did a conversion on it, and now it's a manual. Right, so it's a manual conversion. It shows some age marks, and like here, this area usually comes out. So this is something to be worked on. Got some bucket seats in there. It has style 32s on, square setup, 225, 45, 17 right around. Really nice. Square setup, handles really well. It also has upgraded brakes on the front. This is from the E46 330i. It really stops significantly better over the stock brakes. It has, you can see all the trims are different. So it's consistent with the M10 bumper type. The trims right around the M3 style. It's pretty decent, or I think. So it's a very good platform for future work. So this is currently what's happening. The condition is fairly decent for its age, but you do know that it's an older car compared to, let's say, newer cars out there. One of the things I'd like to get your input on is I'm trying to work out what do I do in terms of drivetrain. I bought it. It was a bit tatty. I'll probably stick some pictures up and to show you what that was like before. But I need to work out what am I going to do for under there. There's nothing special that's happening. But this particular color I like. I changed the indicators because I think this looks really nice. It suits the car really well. I'm sure the yellow does the same thing. I've got a splitter on the front. It's a really nice looking car, I think. Got a fresh coat of paint as well, maybe twice, because it got scratched at I don't know if it's deliberately or not, but nevertheless, yeah, I got that done for it. What else do I need to tell you about this car? It's got fully adjustable coilovers right around, and it handles really well. So it's pretty decent inside, I'd say, for the age. And yeah, you can see some age. Some of the rubbers here, they're perished a bit, but these are things to be done. So you do know it's an older car. So that's the crux of this car. And then the question is now, what next? I tell you what I'll do. I'll show you what's under the bonnet, and then we'll take the conversation from there. Right, let's open it up. Okay. I know the last video I did, or some of the latest video I did, was of the E46 and the E21. Again, those are finished. So this is what's happening with this. So you can see nothing really happens under here. No effort was put under here just yet. Primary focus was getting the car looking like it's not been sat in hell for a few years. Get it reliable, get it handling really well, get it stopping really well. Okay, you got I don't remember what is it. I think it's max speed. I think that's what it is. And you can see adjustable dampeners, and then you also have your camber arms on both. So it also has adjustable arms on the back for future work, because the intention is to put ARC 8s on them, 245 square setup. I think that would look really well for this car, and it would handle really well. But this is, as you can see, this is the M43, and nothing special about this at all. But the question is, what do I do? Now I have a few options that I have in mind. I have considered doing a 2J swap on it. I think each of these, they have the advantages and disadvantages. So for the 2JZ, it would there's a lot of aftermarket support for it. It's very well tested and tried, so a lot of it could be more or less plug and play. I've done something similar on the E46 before, so the know-how is well and truly there to do that. The disadvantage for the 2JZ is heavy. It's definitely heavy, and this is designed for spirited, nimble handling, let's say. I'm not really sure how that would upset the balance across the platform if I were to go ahead and do that. And one of the obvious disadvantages for going to a 2JZ is that it's going to be a lot heavier than a 4-cylinder. And there are several other options. I think about the RB25. The RB25 is probably the natural rival to the 2JZ, and equally a lot of similar support and technology that is around for the RB25. Close this up and talk to you a little bit more. Another option I have been thinking about is the K20 or /K24. Now that is, I'll have us just sit in the car a bit now, so you get a good view of it. I'll chat to you about it. The K platform. Okay. So with the K platform, it is relatively new in terms of, well, that's not strictly true. Compared to, let's say, the 2JZs, it's relatively new, but there is a tremendous amount you could do with the K20/K24. The options I've seen so far for the K, there is some subframe modifications, and I've seen people using spaces. I don't really have the highest level of confidence for spaces on your subframe and what the car is intended to do. But there are advantages for the K as well, very obvious. The technology is there, you can do a lot with it. Makes a lot of horsepower. It's an aluminum block, and it's a really good platform, undeniably. But you'd need to modify the sump frame because the sump is different, or the sump is not really designed for a setup like this. So that's probably one of the biggest disadvantages. A small disadvantage, or maybe it's not even a disadvantage per se. Some might not say that, but I'm not really sweet on the sound of the Honda engines. But it may be some. Oops! Yeah, that just fell. Sorry about that. But it might grow on me. You never know. It might grow on me. I might like it. And the intention is to turbocharge whatever setup I have, because why not? What else I would like to tell you? So that's the 2JZ, that's the RB25, that's the K20/24. I did think about this is an older technology, a Volkswagen, I think it's a VR6, or 5, I'll probably put the correct name in the description, or not the description, on the screen somewhere. But yeah, those engines sound really good. So a lot of the engines that I like have advantage and disadvantage. Obviously, the disadvantages for that. It's going to be a nightmare to get the conversion in for that, and there's more disadvantages thinking about it than advantages. I think the result would be nice to have a really nice sounding engine, and the capability to generate a lot of torque and horsepower. Now, I'm not really sure what other platform or engines out there I'd consider for this. However, here is a wild card, and this is probably where it's going to be like a little bit of a curveball. Now, I'm in future mobility, that's electric vehicles, that sort of an area, and there are a lot of conversions that are happening in that space. People are converging them in Porsches and even E46s and 36s and different platforms, and it's more or less, some say the future, but I think it's here now. So the question is, should I go ahead and do a EV conversion in this as well, so make it 2024 and beyond? Not really sure, but it is on the list as an option of something that I might pursue. Now, so the intention of this video is already gone 10 minutes, coming up 11. So it's just a quick view of what has happened so far, just to generate put something new out there. Or while I'm here, I could talk to you and show you what's happening. Yeah. So this is the more or less where I am with it currently. You can see it's more or less it's a fairly decent car, I'd say. I changed the roof line and all of that. So it's pretty decent for its age. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Right. So yes, I digress. The point now is, what do I do? What engine do I put in there? What sort of a drivetrain? Currently, it has a 5-speed jet rag with the automatic diff, and I can tell you, it's not very good for the highway. You feel like you should be cruising at about 35 miles an hour if you were supposed to listen to the RPM. So there's still some work there to do. Do I go with the six speed from the M3? Might do. Do I go a 293 for the rear end? Do I go with a 210 millimeter rear diff? Ultimately, I think that's something that will need to happen. Rear diff works. So there's a lot to happen with this car. Again, what I'll do, maybe closer to the end of this video, I'll just put a series of photos as about where the car is coming from, what I've done with it, how it looked before and how it looked now. And I'd like to get your feedback on what you think I should be doing in terms of engine. There's also another option. There's the BMW M62. That's the V8. Sounds good. I've heard good and bad stories about this conversion, but it's BMW to BMW, so for purists that might not be such a bad thing. To me, that just sounds really good, but it's equally a heavy engine, and the balance and the agility of the car is something that I really like about BMW. So yes, in the comments, just let me know what you think, what your views are, what you think I should be doing in terms of what engine should I put in now, or maybe not an engine, maybe go with a motor, an electric motor, whatever it might be. Say it in the comments. I'm just going to post this one, and I'll try to do a lot better with my videos. I have not been doing any for quite some time. A lot has happened, and that's where we are currently. So, oh, by the way, these aren't genuine Recarias. They just look like Recarias, but they hug really well. I didn't know they weren't genuine, but I tried to sell them at one point, and I didn't have them in the car at that point. And someone said, well, hang on, these aren't genuine. And then I did some research and recognized they weren't. Nevertheless, they do really well for it. It's just no fault. Yeah, so that's really this video. And let me know what you think. Okay, thank you.